Good afternoon. I'm Marie Saavedra.
Great to have you with us. I'm Joe Donlin. The shooter in the Highland Park parade tragedy pled guilty today on the same day opening statements in his trial were supposed to begin.
We have team coverage of this surprise move. We begin with our Sabrina Franza. She was in the courthouse when this happened. Sabrina, what was the reaction like?
Members of the Highland Park community say they're feeling a sense of relief, but there's also an element of surprise or even whiplash that this trial ended as it did. Many were expecting to sit and relive this tragedy for 3 to 5 weeks, and this guilty plea changed all of that.
Robert Crimo III, in a black suit and black tie, repeatedly affirmed he is guilty of all 21 counts of first-degree murder and 48 counts of attempted murder against him. Witnesses and members of Highland Park sat silently while Judge Victoria Rossetti asked Crimo multiple times if he was sure. "You do not need to plead guilty. Did you discuss that with your attorneys?" He says yes. "Has anyone forced you to enter into this plea?" No. Again, Mr. Crimo, is that what you want to do? He says yes.
The judge wants to make sure that the plea is done in a way that it can't be challenged on appeal.
The day began as it normally would ahead of what was supposed to be a day of opening statements. A juror was dismissed and replaced with an alternate. Routine. Then the defense announced the accused had changed his mind.
We were also prepared to present his voluntary confession that he gave that day to law enforcement. His admissions that he made at that time would have confirmed every piece of physical evidence, trajectory analysis, ballistics reports, DNA conclusions, and eyewitness testimony.
Lake County State's Attorney Eric Reinhart says his team was prepared for a lengthy trial. They feel the result today was a step towards justice.
He received nothing in exchange for this plea today.
Now, victims will still be able to address Crimo directly during his sentencing that is scheduled for April 23rd. In the newsroom, Sabrina Franza, CBS News, Chicago.
Thank you, Sabrina.
We are hearing from Highland Park leaders following the guilty plea. Mayor Nancy Rotering tells us this is a step toward justice, but does not erase the pain the Highland Park community has felt for years now.
Our Tara Molina has more on the city and community's response today from downtown Highland Park.
There's an overall sense of relief here today. That's what a spokesperson representing survivors and victims told us they felt as they left the courthouse to go home and process. Echoing what the Highland Park mayor said here today, this is an important step forward.
And it has been a long process to healing.
Ashby Beasley says the guilty plea entered today means that path to healing can truly begin now. She fled the parade with her son when the gunfire broke out. What she feels now?
Just an immense amount of relief. Just an immense amount of relief for everyone.
Today's guilty plea is an important step towards justice, but it does not erase the pain.
Mayor Nancy Rotering says the city of Highland Park continues to provide access to mental health care. 1,200 were receiving care in the days following the shooting here. We're told the United Way of Lake County offers anyone here 24/7 help by dialing 211.
Everybody is eternally grateful to the state's attorney for the incredible work that he and his team have been doing.
We represent more than 50 survivors, loved ones of the Highland Park tragedy.
Jennifer McGuffin is a spokesperson and representative of the law firm representing many families in civil suits.
But today was a very emotional event, and they are all asking for some time and space to come to terms with what happened today, as positive a development as it may have been.
She says this plea, an important step for those families and more.
I'm going to let the civil attorneys defer to the process and the sequence on that, but I will say that today was a very important step to accomplish. The victims were all looking for some sort of criminal justice in addition to civil.
Everyone emphasizing thoughts remain with those who lost loved ones, those whose lives changed forever in 2022.
And I think at this moment we're all just sort of surprised and relieved that they don't have to experience the unbelievable pain of reliving this experience for the next 3 to 5 weeks.
The message we've heard here today, beyond one of relief, this community will move forward as one Highland Park. Reporting in downtown Highland Park, I'm Tara Molina, CBS News Chicago.